because I was asked to share how I made this. So I watched a gentleman on YouTube because I was like, okay, I want a chainsaw mill, but I am too cheap to go and buy a brand new one because, let's face it, I'm just a cheap person and I like doing things cheaply as possible. So what I did is I went out, and like in my last video, my wife said it was $25. In reality, it was just shy of $24. So it was 23 something to buy all this stuff at the hardware store. What I did is I went out and bought 3/8 ready rod, a full length, which was 3 feet, and I cut it in half. I think it was 3 feet or 4 feet, something like that. But I cut it in half, and what I did after I cut it in half is I drilled 2 holes in my chainsaw. I didn't go too far this way because I didn't want to interfere with the mechanism on this side, but I went as close as I dare with this side to my chainsaw. I wanted to leave a little bit of room so that I had some meat on the board that I was using. Also, when I bought the ready rod, is I bought 8 pieces of hardware that go with it. So 8 nuts, 8 lock washers, 8 flat washers. And I did that because anyone that's used a chainsaw knows that it vibrates like crazy. And we tried it without the lock washers on, and I noticed my board was moving up and down because it just vibrated the nuts off. So what we did is we got a 2x6 for our guide, our flat part. And I drilled the holes to match this. I put it on, and this way you can have it adjusted to any width you want. I have this adjusted to 1 3/4 inches because if you look at the boards, they're pretty rough, and if you want a finer finish on it, you're going to have to run it through a planer. So I did it 1 3/4 inches because I wanted to be able to run it through a planer to get the smoother edges, because I figure I'm going to be taking off about 1/4 inch, right? This can also go down to about 1 inch, but it can also go as wide as that, which I didn't measure. So, but I don't think I'll ever cut a board that far unless I was doing some crazy thing. But it's cheap, it's easy, it's fun to use. And the other thing that I would mention that I want to switch, but I'm going to wait, I do have a spare chain in my shop that I think I'm going to rip down. This chain is not designed for ripping, like for cutting boards. The proper chain for it actually has less teeth on it. I don't know if it's more expensive because I never asked or never looked, but what I'll do with my chain in the shop is I'll cut off 2 or 3 teeth off of every 3 or 4, so that there's only minimum teeth touching. This one, if you noticed, it looked like it was dull when I was cutting, but this is a brand new chain. I figured if I used a brand new chain, you know, it'd be pretty sharp, but it puts out pretty fine shavings, like dust almost. And we don't want that. So, my next video that I do about this chainsaw mill, I will share with you on whether or not the new chain that I use is going to work. But remember, just because you think it's expensive, or it is expensive, doesn't mean you can't find other ways to do it. So, just gotta improvise, that's all. Have a great day, and have fun.